Yo, it's me, SEOTT, baby! And I'm back with you today to give you my review of the 1979 film Alien, directed by Ridley Scott and starring Sigourney Weaver, Tom Skerritt, Ian Holm, and Yaphet Kotto as Parker. This is a classic film. It's a slasher in space, basically. And this came out in 1979. And it's an all-star cast. Listen to this. Sigourney Weaver, Ian Holm, Tom Skerritt, Harry Dean Stanton, Veronica Cartwright, Yaphet Kotto, John Hurt. Just bam. Straight off. And it surrounds a crew on the space station Nostromo who are waking up from their slumber early due to a distress call from another planet. And they go to investigate, and what they find is not necessarily what they wanted to find. What can I say about this film, man? This is a classic film. This is my third time I think I've seen it. And it's a great film. On my Vudu, I give it 4 stars. It's because I think Aliens is better. But, yeah, this is a classic film. Couple of things I want to complain about that I do. The fucking cat. Jonesy. They're worried about the fucking cat. Okay, I get it. Nothing against animals in any means. I don't wish harm to them at all. But there's a fucking alien running around, gonna kill y'all, and you're worried about the fucking cat. Now, I can understand in Aliens with Newt. That's an actual human being girl. And that's a little more, But here, it's a fucking cat. And you're in space. Why would you have a cat in space to begin with? Speaking of things you shouldn't do in space, why are they smoking in space? You think that would be a big no-no. I understand it's 1979 and R-rated movies. They had that kind of thing and they're smoking and stuff. But it doesn't make any sense to do it in space. One, there's no oxygen in space. Well, they got the artificial oxygen, what you call it, coming through there, right? Air supply, whatever, your oxygen supply coming through, right? Wouldn't you want to keep that as pure as you could, right? You don't want to have the smoke filtering through all the systems. Do you think that's got to refilter through the entire ship, right? Would you want it to refilter your cigarette smoke down to you again? I don't think so. Every time I see someone smoking on screen, it pisses me off for some reason, because you would not be able to do that in space. You need your oxygen to come through. That's going to take out life support. If you keep doing that, it's going to dwindle the life support. It's going to ruin it. You cannot do that in space. That and a damn cat. Probably the only 2 things that I complain about. Also, now, much like The Sixth Sense, or any kind of movie with a twist, when you rewatch it a second time, there are times you can catch the twist. When Kane, the famous chest bursting scene happens, right? And it's starting to happen to Kane. As soon as Kane starts to act strange, like he's going to puke, something's happening to him, the camera keeps going towards Ash, played by Ian Holm, who if you've watched it before, he's an android. An artificial human, as you call it. And everybody else is freaking out, and he's just sitting there. Like this. So, one, we know he's in on that they set up their distress thing. Or they set it up, they want that alien, embryo, whatever. And so he's, and also he's an android, so show no emotion. So just the whole when it's happening, on the second watch, you can catch that and be like, oh, hey, there's something up there. You know, you can also catch it in the first time you watch it and be like, oh, hey, there's something not right with that guy. But then, second watch, you're sitting there going, oh, yeah, that's smart. No emotion. He's an android. You get the white goo coming out of him later. You know? And just to talk about Sigourney Weaver in this. If you were watching this back in 1979, would you expect Sigourney Weaver to be the heroine, the final girl, the last one standing? No. Even the film credits Tom Skerritt first. He gets top billing in this film. Because he's like one of the big stars going into this was Tom Skerritt, not Sigourney Weaver. I think it was like her first film. So going into this in 1979, you would not expect, because you wouldn't even know. You think this is a sci-fi film in the vein of like Star Wars or Star Trek or something like that. You didn't know that this is a slasher set in space. So you weren't expecting a final girl situation. But that's what you get. You get one of the greatest final girls in history. However, is she in that, you know, in the vein of, oh, she's meant to be a final girl? Or is she like Alice in the original Friday the 13th where, oh, she's the last one left, so she's just the final girl because she's the last one left? Kind of both. She's smart. Like when Kane gets attacked, they want to bring him in, and she doesn't want to go against the protocol, but Ash lets them in. You know, she was smart. But then again, when you have a character in a movie like this, and it's the first film, they're not, you know, well-tuned. Obviously, like the first film that a final girl is in, it's kind of hard to have this character who can be the badass, unless you got your Nancy Thompsons. But by the end of the film, she does live up to this. Just like Nancy Thompson, she lives up to that. Just like Nancy Thompson, just like Ashley Lawrence, you know, Kirsty Cotton. She's able to go in. And I am still trying to work on a top 10 final girls list. Because to me, a final girl, right, is someone who, by the end of the film, finally gets up the courage to fight and stand up and kick some ass. Alice from Friday the 13th is not that. She's a final girl very much because she's the last one left. Yes, she gets some good hits in on Mrs. Voorhees, but she's not preparing herself. You want someone that's going to prepare themselves, like Nancy, like Ripley, like fucking Sarah Connor. Just, you know. And yeah, she said the first film was sort of, you know, the first Terminator, she was sort of like that. But by the end of the film, she's ready. It's that moment where she says, "Get on your feet, soldier!" You know, to Kyle Reese. That there it is. You know what I mean? Alice doesn't do anything like that. Ripley, on the other hand, does. Now, everyone else is dead, but she does take the initiative to try to get out of there, and she blows the thing out of the goddamn air. You know? And her and Jonesy, even though I don't think Jonesy survives, maybe he does, and they just like brush it off towards the end. But yeah, just you see her in her underwear, a little butt crack action there, you know, towards the end. I think perhaps, you know, going into this, like I said, you weren't expecting her to be the last survivor. So when you're seeing these characters die, Yaphet Kotto, dead. Harry Dean Stanton, dead. Veronica Cartwright, dead. Tom Skerritt, dead. You know? And Ash is an android, and you're left with her. You're like, well, what's she gonna do? She's gonna become a fucking badass. That's what she's gonna do. You know? You don't expect it. It's unexpected final girl. Unlike Alice, who really doesn't do shit anyway other than decapitate Mrs. Voorhees, which is probably the only badass thing she does. Here, she takes the initiative. And, you know, the other thing with Alice is that Ripley lives on for 3 more films. Well, 2 of them are not that good. But she does live on it. She encompasses that badass persona. What's the next? Alice has one more film, one scene. What happens? Dead. That's why to me she's not a great final girl, but Ripley is. Maybe not in the sense of this one film, but the sense that she carries on to other films, just like Sarah Connor, just like Nancy Thompson. You know, it works, and yeah, she's great. And like I said, would you have guessed that she was the final girl going into this back in 1979 when this came out? No, you would not. I also like the opening to this, where you just see the space, and the alien main titles just kind of come in slowly and form in front of the screen. That was kind of cool to me. You know, Mother, they call the ship Mother, which they get back. You know, they go back to that in Alien Covenant, but yeah. Anything else? The alien design. H.R. Geiger, my damn. The alien design in this is great. For 1979, the design of the spaceship and the aliens, awesome. Just awesome. I mean, George Lucas did it 2 years earlier with Star Wars, but here, you know, it really shows what you can do, you know, when you put your mind to it. Yeah, this is a 4K, but I don't have a 4K TV or 4K player, so we can get the Blu-ray, but I watched the Vudu. But yeah, this is pretty good. I watched the theatrical version, by the way, not the extended cut. All these I'm going to be reviewing, the alien side of things, are going to be the theatrical versions. I know people say, oh, the assembly cut of Alien 3 is better. And possibly I might do one for the assembly cut of Alien 3 down the line. But just like I'm thinking, what was the other one I wanted to do? For the theatrical cut of Halloween 6. I'm planning on this October to do a review for the theatrical cut of Halloween 6. So maybe down the line I'll do one for the assembly cut of Alien 3, but I'm going to go by the theatrical versions for this. Anyway, yeah. One moment, please. Anything else left to say about Alien? Probably not. I really enjoyed this movie. I do think Aliens is better, but this is still pretty good. Yeah, the space jockey. They find the space jockey, and that's what Prometheus is based on, and we'll get to that eventually. But yeah, I do like the whole apparatus they sleep in there. You see that? Right there where they sleep. That's pretty cool. I don't know what the fuck Kane is wearing on, like a bra or something on him when he wakes up. I don't know. But yeah, and the face hugger design when it comes out. Jumps on Kane's face. Great scene. Absolutely love that. Yeah, composed by the theatrical score. Composed by Jerry Goldsmith. Yeah. Pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give this a 9. It's a really good film. I enjoyed it a lot. You know. So what are your thoughts on Alien? Let me know in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe. Come with me on this journey as we explore the entire Alien vs. Predator series. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty. I'll see you in the next one. Ichi Eyebrow.